Hello everyone, Connor from Project Heroes. I'm back after a very long hiatus. It's actually been, God, almost a year now? Roughly? I think the last video we did was a Tarkov video, and that was in June of last year, I believe, and, ooh, that one didn't age too well. Um, But we are back after a long wait, which actually one of the things I was waiting for a very long time was the next major update for Uboat. So this video was actually a long time in the waiting. That's so what they have added to the game for those who are not aware is, well, first of all, they did their major 2026 update, which overhauled a lot of the game's port systems. This is just kind of general explanation. They overhauled how the ports work. So that will be a bit different when we go into it. And on top of that, I believe they overhauled the modding tools, so modders can have a easier time with things. And one of the reasons why this update has been around for a week now, as of recording this. I'm recording this on a Wednesday, on Wednesday the 29th. So I don't know when this video is going to come out yet. Hopefully by Friday we'll see what I wind up actually doing. But the reason why I didn't do this video right when one of the reasons I didn't do this video right when the update dropped was because I was waiting for the mods to update. Because I am a avid fan of the U-Boat Expanded mod, which is what we are playing with today. Yes, this is not a normal U-Boat game. We are playing with U-Boat Expanded, as we can see down in the corner down here. Of course, that date, that April 14th date, I don't believe is actually correct from when they updated it, but quite frankly, I don't understand how modding works, so I'm not gonna worry about it. And then as we can see in the other bottom corner, I have played a test run to make sure that it all functions, because at first they updated the mod and it wasn't actually loading U-Boat Expanded for me, so I don't know what was going on, but they updated it again. Uh, Yesterday, the day before, a couple days ago, and it works now. So everything is good, everything's functioning. But the bigger thing that has been added to the game was a new DLC, the Distance Coast DLC. So we get access to not only a bunch of new missions that take us far away from Europe, but we also get access to a new line of U-boats, the Type 9s, which I can only describe them as cruiser submarines, but that might be... You can agree or disagree with that statement. I'm actually not sure. As much as I love U-boats, I actually haven't looked at the nuances of the Type 9's classing. I would call it a cruiser submarine. I don't know if that's what they were actually called, but I digress. They are rather large and long range. But we're just gonna get right on into it. I have been enjoying starting with the Type 37. But Type 37, what am I on about? U-37. My bad. I was tossing and turning over whether or not I wanted to start with the Type 2s and do a zero to hero run, where I really challenge myself, because as far as you can just look at that picture of the Type 2 and see our problem, we don't have a deck gun in a Type 2, and in fact, we actually started a series that I only did like a couple episodes of and then dropped it. Mostly out of boredom and other things I wanted to do. I don't intend to do that to this series either. I hope to actually play through this to get us to a point, because, quite honestly, I actually do really enjoy U-Boat as a game. Back then, though, there was a lot of issues that I kept running into with the mods and whatnot. I will try and remember to put a link to U-Boat Expanded down in the description, because this is a really great mod. And I'm only using that mod and all of its dependent mods, so I will only have to leave the one link, thankfully. But that aside, instead of the Type 2, if we want to do another series where I start on the Type 2 and work my way up the chain, great, but because the Type 9's just released, we are going to start in the Type 9A, which, well, we're going to start in U-37 at the beginning of the war. We are going to do a hardcore submarine playthrough, simulation. Hardcore simulation. I am going to do intermediate crew management, and we are going to fine-tune this a bit. I do want visual contacts, mostly because I just prefer it on the map. It makes it a bit easier. I still have to range things in for torpedoes and TDC and whatnot, but that's gonna make that relatively easier. So essentially, I get a small bubble on the map, and I can see the where I'll be able to see the contacts on the map. Does that affect the? Oh yeah. So essentially, it's gonna display the arcs that an enemy can be in. So it just help me find where ships are. We're gonna turn on food management because I think it makes sense that the crew requires food. We'll keep the mission completion. I'm gonna keep it on automatic, although I'll probably not use the function as much as I would be offline. The reason for doing that is if I have enough fuel, there'll pretty much be an option in the top corner that will allow me to automatically teleport back to port if I'm not in the middle of a battle, or both if I'm not around hostile ships and if I have enough fuel to get back. Which with this submarine shouldn't be that big of a problem, but I'll probably avoid doing that. Now, for the sake of you guys, I'm gonna turn off dark. Actually, so here's the problem. I want to keep darker nights on, which might become a problem for you guys. If it is, let me know, and we'll go from there. But quite honestly, this is gonna make it harder for me because I won't be able to see as clearly. I might be able to brighten it up in post. We'll see. Periscope stabilization is off, yada yada yada. There was something else that I needed to find. Periscope magnification, realistic encounter mode. No, it's not that. Size of convoys are set to very large, which I think is a more realistic size for convoys, although I will admit it is going to be a pain in the butt. Gameplay perspective, no. Morale management, that was the one I'm looking for. I'm gonna set that to hard, because it's gonna make me care about who is on my U-boat a lot more. As you can see, it's gonna be harder. You can get better crew members that can handle stress better, and having higher morale. So this is gonna really determine who is on my U-boat, and we can get rid of problem people as I see fit. But that also bumps our realism up to the 90% mark. We're actually at 91%. And the reason I'm doing that is because there's an achievement that you can get for it. Achievements don't get disabled by mods. In fact, U-Boat Expanded actually makes this harder because the torpedoes, I believe, in U-Boat Expanded are actually very realistic to their real-life counterparts, where half the time they won't even function properly for the early war torpedoes. Well, actually, half the time would be base game. This is 3/4 of the time for U-Boat Expanded. They just don't function. And you know, that's fine by me. We're probably going to wind up using the deck gun most of the time anyway, because unlike the Type 7s where we usually have an 88, we actually have a 105. And I discovered that with the high explosive shells in this mod, it is very effective against unarmed merchants. Now, one thing I will address is I do prefer keeping the audio language on German. That is my personal preference. I will have subtitles down below. I know not everyone likes it, but I prefer it simply because I prefer the Germans sound the English German voice lines in this are way too, they sound way too much like somebody that would live down the street from me, which bothers me immensely.
Bleibt ruhig und konzentriert, Männer. Wir schaffen das.
Yeah, it just kind of bothers me when they have, what the hell? It bothers me. They sound too American, in my opinion. I get that's probably a stupid concern, but you know. I want our strapping black leather coat, and I do love a pair of aviator sunglasses. Probably not something you would see a U-boat skipper wear, but I'm weird. We are gonna name ourselves my OC character, Dieter Braun. And we're gonna get right into it. Yep, U-boat expanded, and that is very loud, so we're skipping the cutscene. So anyways, how has your guys' day been? Because I have... Well, it has been... I actually stayed up very late last night. I think I didn't go to bed until about 1:30 in the morning. Actually, I think it was... Yeah, no, it was right before 1 in the morning. We stayed up very late last night playing War Thunder. And before anyone gets their hopes up, I'm not confident that War Thunder's coming back to the channel yet. Just saying that now. It might. It won't be every day like it was. Because, believe it or not, I actually find War Thunder a very frustrating game at times.
20 Grad.
But, we'll see what happens. There was I wish I had it on recording last night where I got harassed by, I think, 3 different enemy vehicles while I think I was in my Tiger 2. And there was a lot of screaming and everyone just was like, Connor's getting absolutely harassed. I wish I had it on recording so I could put it on the channel for you guys because it was hilarious. But anyways, here we are, and as we can see, Port of Wilhelmshaven. And I did turn on the safe mode because I know YouTube doesn't like the historical German flag. A lot of people don't. I get it. I personally wouldn't care either way, but I have to look after my YouTube algorithm stance. But anyways, we have 2 different sections of the ports now. We have the port tab and the flotilla tab. Usually the commander and the chief of operations will also be in the flotilla tab, but before your first outing, they will be here. So
Herr Kommandant, ich bin Korvettenkapitän Hans Weiß, Verbindungsoffizier des BDU-Operationsstabes. Ich bin hier, um sicherzustellen, dass die Befehle des BDU im Atlantik fehlerfrei umgesetzt werden. Möge Ihre erste Feindfahrt uns stolz machen.
Thank you, sir. So this guy is the guy that we get our missions from.
Gute Jagd.
We're not going to grab that right now. The flotilla commander is where, you know, where we get our
Sie
influence
müssen unser
from.
Neuzugang sein. Ich bin Fregattenkapitän Wilhelm Hartmann, Kommandeur dieser Flottille. Ich habe Ihre Akte gelesen. Die Kriegsmarine braucht Männer wie Sie. Ich erwarte, dass Sie sich des Bootes würdig erweisen, das wir Ihnen anvertrauen. Der Atlantik ist unerbittlich, Herr Kommandant, aber die Briten sind es auch. Versenken Sie Tonnage, bringen Sie Ihre Besatzung heim Und wir werden gut miteinander auskommen. Genug der Formalitäten. Was kann ich für Sie tun?
Alright. So, this is where we can get our special
Ich schätze Ihre
requests.
Initiative, Herr Kommandant.
Things like our
Aber
specialized
zunächst
crew,
müssen
free
Sie sich auf
roam,
See
which
bewähren, bevor ich mich
I
für
don't
Sie
really have a
einsetzen
reason to
kann.
use free roam.
Bringen Sie mir erst einmal etwas Tonnage ein, dann reden wir weiter.
And I think U-Boat Expanded increases the amount of officers you can get. Because, especially when you have two that raise the officer limit to 9. I'm
Gibt es
gonna
noch etwas, das Sie
not worry
benötigen?
about that one too
Sehr
much.
gut. Gute Jagd da
Alright.
draußen, Herr Kommandant.
Going over to our flotilla, we have our flotilla adjutant. I probably butchered that pronunciation because I am tired. And a little dehydrated. Our flotilla quartermaster. So, okay, this guy is who
Willkommen,
we go
Herr
to
Kommandant.
for recruit.
Ich bin der Flottillenadjutant. Ich kümmere mich um Personalfragen, Versetzungen und die Zusammenstellung Ihrer Besatzung. Wenn Sie Verstärkung oder Änderungen benötigen, lassen Sie es mich wissen.
I will certainly let you know. So this is where we go to gain our basic crew members, our officers, and release prisoners that we've brought back. Well, survivors. Not all of them will be prisoners, because you can sink neutral ships that were
Sehr gut, Herr
aiding in the
Kommandant.
war effort.
Kommen Sie jederzeit zu mir, wenn Sie noch etwas benötigen.
And then we have a
Willkommen,
flotilla
Herr
quartermaster.
Kommandant. Ich bin der Quartiermeister der Flottille. Ich bin für Vorräte, Munition und technische Ausrüstung Ihres Bootes verantwortlich. Sagen Sie mir, was Sie benötigen.
So, quartermaster does what it says on the tin, more or less. Supply gets our. This is where we get our supplies for our U-boat and our
Verstanden.
upgrades.
Ich zeige Ihnen die verfügbaren Optionen.
Which this is. We're gonna start with this right out the bat, and now we can also get a pretty good look at our Type 9. It is a substantial submarine. And there's some advantages and disadvantages to that. We'll get into that more here in a bit. For now, we're going to keep our emblem because I don't... I'm not going to worry too much about that one. I do like the double hearts and torpedo emblem as well. Hold on. Excuse me. We are gonna, first of all, do our paint job, and I do like the camouflage in number 7, mostly because, for some reason, I enjoy having the red bottom. The bow, we are going to be putting on the shark, because we are a shark in the water. I'm not gonna worry about the deck, because even though technically we have the wooden deck equipped, it's still a metal deck. And swapping it to the metal only makes it just a shinier metal. And honestly, I prefer the darker one. Going inside our U-boat, this is like luxury in here for this crew. They get all the nice stuff. Lots of space. Giant engines, even more bunks. Although I don't envy the guys that have to sleep next to a torpedo. That I probably wouldn't be the most comfortable with that idea, but at the same time, back then you did what you had to do. We're gonna do our torpedo paint. We're gonna put our shark face on the torpedoes, because why not? Now, here's the thing about the Type 9s. They have 2 deck guns. You have your forward 105, or 10.5 centimeter. We could replace it with a 37 semi-automatic anti-aircraft gun, which you would be insane to do that. The 105 is very good. We could also remove it. We're not going to do that because the 105 is going to be very helpful for us, especially early on, attacking unarmed merchants without using our torpedoes. Which we have a substantial number of. We also have the 20 mil on top. That's going to be good for aircraft. Now, here's the thing. We also have a second deck gun on the back, which is a 37 anti-air gun. Now, I'm going to leave it on for now. However, I don't like how they have this implemented right now, because right now it uses the same ammo pool as the main deck gun, which I think is kind of stupid. I wish it, like, it even has its own, it even shares the deck gun ammo storage, so you can only have, like, 30, base game you can only have about 30 rounds for the, both of these guns at one time. And that's 30 rounds shared between the two of them, at least stored in the deck gun storage. And there's only the one type of shell for the main gun. So this 37 base game is pretty useless. Now, in U-Boat Expanded, we do have dedicated anti-air prox fuse rounds. Well, not prox fuse, but time fuse, which I haven't experimented with. We might at some point, which is part of the reason I'm going to keep this. We could also remove the deck gun if we want to, and that will increase our underwater speed. Not by a whole lot, but every little bit helps. And honestly, that might be more useful than that 37, but we'll determine whether or not we want to keep it
Sonst noch
later
etwas,
on.
Herr Kommandant?
We
Jawohl,
also need
das
to
steht
supply
derzeit zur
ourselves.
Verfügung.
So right now, we got some spare parts, some very basic stuff. Provisions, we're going to grab all the free provisions we can get our hands on right now. Because we can give those out to stranded survivors and give us a bit of extra rep. Our torpedo storage is substantial. And that's a good thing for this, because we're going to be missing a lot of torpedoes. Mostly because of reliability issues. But right now, I'm just gonna load it up with the electric torpedoes. Some people would prefer to use the steam ones, but the electric ones, they can't be seen as easily. I don't know how they're gonna perform compared to the other ones in U-Boat, with U-Boat Expanded. Yeah, the steam torpedoes are probably just better, but, well, I can almost guarantee that they're better. The electric ones are harder to be spotted by the enemy, so if I do miss and the torpedo doesn't detonate, I have less of a chance of alerting them that I shot a torpedo at them. The deck gun. Now, like I said, base game you can only carry 30 shells. Thankfully, U-Boat Expanded changes that. We're going to grab all the HE shells we can. We're also going to grab some extra 105 AP shells. Not going to muck around with the AA ammo yet. We are also going to grab some provisions here. We're going to grab some veggies. Let's do 200. Probably more than what we actually need. 150. Well, I can actually almost guarantee that it is more than what we need. 200. And we'll just get a variety of provisions, because that will help with morale. Substantially help with morale, actually. And then the rest of this we're going to spend on spare parts. And eventually medical kits. We did not get lucky. I should honestly buy some oil as well. We did not get lucky enough to get a bunch of medical kits.
Sonst noch etwas, Herr Kommandant? Sehr gut. Kommen Sie zu mir, wenn Sie etwas benötigen,
I have had
Herr
a
Kommandant.
lot of issues with the Type 9. Oh, wrong button. But we're going to get ourselves right into it. Where is our
Ich höre, Herr Kommandant. Hier sind die aktuellen Einsatzbefehle
Let us get
des
our first
BDU.
mission now. Oh my god, it gave me this one again. AN4 through AN6, I've rarely had a patrol zone this big, and in my test run it actually gave me this exact patrol zone, which is hilarious. That one's also a weird one. That one's normal. That's a normal sector. We're gonna go with AN4 through AN6.
Gute Jagd, Herr Kommandant.
Because that gets us nice and close to the British Isles. And we are gonna undock and go. And we are off. And this is the part of the video where I tell you guys, if you enjoy what you see and you want to see me do more of this stuff, the motivation comes with the more likes and subscribes I get from a video. It is free, you should do it. Please, I'm desperate. I can only remember one quote from Star Wars Rebels, Hondo and Naka going, we have something the Empire doesn't, for we are desperate. I love Hondo as a character in that franchise. I mean, I just love Star Wars in general, but that he is funny. But I digress. While we are making our way out of port, we should probably see what kind of officers we have. First of all, we're gonna put 2 people helping our Dieter here with keeping watch. God, I really can't think of things. And we're also gonna put people on the engine room. That is gonna start ticking down morale, so we'll probably. Actually, we'll finish sorting things out, and then we'll come back to that. Line up our boatswain there. All right. Let's see here. First things first. Galley. No. What are you doing? Go back to the watch. Click off of him. Now we go to the galley. We already had some provisions there, which is good. We're going to put some veggies there. And we'll give them some preserved pork. That should keep the crew fed for a bit. This U-boat, like we saw earlier, is substantial. There is one advantage that we have. There's a few advantages we have, actually. One was our substantial torpedo storage, which we saw. The other one is the fact that we carry a lot of fuel. Like, fuel is not going to be a problem for us anytime soon. As we can see, you can see how many kilometers range we have. That is substantial, whereas in the Type 2, we would really be pushing it for, actually, even this patrol would be pushing our range quite a bit. We're also a faster U-boat. I believe, well, even going, not even going half speed, we're going 10 knots. I think this Ford 2, I believe, is slow ahead. I can't quite remember.
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Dead. Okay, so yeah, I'm right. Slow ahead and dead slow ahead are the two. I was like, I don't remember what the first one is. I answered my own question. We also just got a report. The war has begun. We have started its Germany has started its invasion of Poland. Makes sense. It is September 1st, and we can look at the map and see that, yes, we are tearing through Poland like the Black Plague. Where was I going with my earlier line of thought? Ah, yes, our advantages. So we also, being a bigger U-boat, mount a bigger deck gun. Always nice. Real life, we also have that 37 to help with anti-aircraft. Not really going to help us in game too much. But we have time to. I have time to prove myself wrong. The larger crew, yada yada yada, more torpedoes. The advantages are obvious. However, we are a submarine. Submarines need to be good at hiding underwater. Because we are a very large submarine, it's going to be excessively difficult for us to hide from enemy sonar. We have a larger profile. The one advantage the Type 2s have is the fact that they're small, so they can very easily hide compared to other U-boats. This one's the opposite. Yes, we have more firepower, however, we are... chances of us hiding are rather slim. So honestly, it's not always in our best interest to attack a convoy, because we won't be able to hide as easily. It's just kind of the risk you take with something this size. That being said, though, I also want to quickly check and see what skills our officers have, because who knows, maybe we lucked out. So our our leader, our Dieter here, is a cook. Not what I was hoping for. Let's see. Joachim, Harold. He's tough. He can stand more damage, so he gets extra health. Not great, not bad. Fritz here speaks Portuguese. I mean, language skills are something that I actually really enjoy having on my crew because it just makes boarding easier. Portuguese is not something that I'm gonna probably have too much use of early on, but...
Zeit für eine
Oh,
Auszeit.
I did not mean to put you to bed. Not great. Merchant. Merchant is a good one because that will help us find... Well, first of all, that helps us get better prices on goods. And he can also check shipping documents during boarding actions. Chief Engineer, you are an expert. So you'll be good to drop off at port the moment that I get a second engineer, because this guy can do headquarters tasks 35% faster. Good to know. That is a better lineup that I get than what I got in my test run of the mod, where it gave me three officers with the diving ability. And then my skipper had my skipper spoke Spanish, which honestly is just as useless to me as Portuguese is in this run, at least in the current state of things. Now we're gonna get ourselves. First of all, we're gonna go full ahead. Because honestly, we have the fuel to justify it. We're gonna bring ourselves up here, and we're gonna go, and I'm gonna quit blabbing my mouth, and we will be back when something interesting happens. New message. War been declared.
Unless, of course, war were declared.
What's that?
War were declared.
Report from BDU states that Great Britain, France, Australia, New Zealand intend to respond against the actions of Germany's invasion of Poland. War have been declared. They are calling it the Second World War. Great. Oh dear Jesus. Oh my God. Oh, the lag. Oh, the heavens. So this happens on occasion where a convoy will legitimately just spawn right next to us. Somebody wake the captain. Captain, we has a problem. Get out of the way. So let's come up here. Oh boy. That's a lot of shit. Do they not have an escort? Where's their escort? I don't see a single destroyer in that.
Alarm! Konvoi in Sicht! Stellung! 320 Grad! Dafür haben wir trainiert. Wir
I think
werden
that's an
gemeinsam
unarmed,
durch...
unescorted convoy. If that's the case, we're about to have a fucking field day. Oh my god. That's amazing. I need something with more zoom. This thing. Let me add it. Why won't it? There it goes. Oh, I add it. Come on. There it goes. Does this thing have more zoom? No, it doesn't. It's fixed that 7 times. Oop. Did the wrong thing again. Go man the deck gun. No, that's storage. You, man deck gun. Okay. I don't think they're... I'm gonna roll up on this and they're gonna be very much armed and very scary, and I'm gonna regret every decision, and actually in that case we're gonna do a quick save. Just gonna save the game now, which is something I should probably do very regularly, just on the off chance that the game bugs out. Let us close the distance, I guess. I mean, if they're armed, we should still have plenty of time to both A, fight back, and B, actually, okay, I do have HE loaded, which is even better. HE loves starting fires. Yeah, I don't see a single frickin' escort in this convoy. That is stupid and very lucky. Full speed. I want to close the distance very quickly here. They've spotted us.
Wir wissen, wie es geht. Drehen wir den Spieß gegen diese Jäger um.
Handelsschiff, direkt voraus.
Missed. Usually I would get closer, but there we go. We started fire on that one. We're gonna move on to the next. That's the advantage of using a high explosive shell. We can set fires like no tomorrow. And merchant ships have very poor damage control, at least at this stage of the game. I mean, in this time frame. I don't know if they get better later on or not, but we're gonna move forward. I want to close the distance a bit more first. Yeah, we've started an absolute panic. They're like, oh no, German U-boat, time to panic. Let's take a crack at that's a large one. Yes. Oh, I mean, yes, it did miss, but it was short. I actually expected that to go over. Nope, missed. Probably because I can't just keep wasting all these shots. That one was high. That was way high. Alright. Here, we're gonna do something a bit easier. I was still low. That's unfortunate. Not by a whole lot. Go, you're on fire. Is that other one still burning? Oh god, yes he is. That is beautiful. That is just what I want to see. I want that big one. That one's big. That one is substantial. What are you? Note to self, Great Britain, give your convoys escorts. Nailed it. Is that an LST?
Die Besatzung evakuiert das Schiff.
Oh. Crew evacuated a ship. That was probably this one. Yep, Dorset Coast. So that one's sinking. We got the kill for that one.
Telegram gesendet.
Oh yeah, she's having a bad day.
Kurs auf diese
Where's that
Koordinaten
LST?
setzen.
Oh my god, they're shooting at me. My gun's bigger. That one went way over. Hit me.
Feuer an Deck.
Nailed it. Hit him. Nailed that one. Come on. Hit it again. So much for that unescorted. That one on fire. Alright. We're gonna play this safe. We're gonna submerge. Gonna periscope death and everyone go down. Because the machine guns, I don't believe, are gonna actually hurt the U-boat that much. But they can still easily kill our crew. And actually, there's another LST. We're gonna turn and go for that one because that one is still. These guys don't have depth charges, so we should be safe. Man, I've caused a lot of problems. Why isn't it? Okay, fuck it. We're gonna, this isn't working. Something's bugged because it's not letting me tell them to put it into the computer, and I don't know how that otherwise works. So we're just gonna quickly pop ourselves out of the water, try and get on the deck gun quickly, and finish up this guy, and then
Fehlschuss. Auf Dieselmotoren wechseln.
you quickly rush down there.
Wir sind aufgetaucht.
Where is it? There it is.
Verstanden, Kommandant.
You get on this deck gun so we can shell the shit out of them. Put a hole in their hole. We just evacuated. That wasn't them, was it?
Kurs setzen.
You just burnt up. Okay, that was the other one. You're not gonna be long for this world either. That is good. That's a tanker. Oh, we took damage. Somebody's repairing something. Oh, I see. We have a hole in our calming tower.
Kurs setzen.
But we're not being shot at anymore, which is nice. That torpedo almost hit something.
Telegram gesendet.
Next tanker on the list.
Die Besatzung evakuiert das Schiff.
Oh, That was a good hit. Couple good hits there on that one. We'll leave that one. Move up the line. Somebody else is severely damaged. Oh, you're sinking. You're just outright sinking.
Funktelegramm gesendet.
Wow, I've given this whole convoy a really bad day. Let's load up our HE again. I got that one. That one will burn up now. This 105, man, this thing is horrific.
Funktelegramm gesendet.
Giving you 3 shells. On. Alright, next victim. Happy days. This crew is having a my crew is having a field day right now, I'll tell you. I want to get one in this guy's section. That was a little over. Come on. Active. He's dead in the water. He's gonna sink. Let's get close to this one. You're a substantial ship. You're Norwegian. You are... Sir, you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. I hate to break it to you. You're fair game. Shouldn't have helped the British. He's still sailing. I think one of the things that they added was a modular ship damage system. So like I think they changed the models on some, at least for base game ships. This is talking about the actual U-boat update, not the mod. I think one of the things that they changed, this might have been in the previous major update, but they changed how the ships are modeled, so their boilers, so their modules are actually modeled for damage, things like the boilers and whatnot. I think they adjusted all that. I could be wrong. I could be thinking of something else, but it's cool nonetheless. We're just gonna do this until we're out of ammo, I think. And then we might bust out the torpedoes again and see if the game fixes itself, but we'll see. You are Norwegian. You are tanker? Question mark? Dale class. That's about right. Draw 8.46. You are a deep boy. We're about 90 degrees. You are going a mighty 0.
Rohr 2, bewässern.
Turn on our magnetic torpedoes. 8.46, so if I set that to 8.5, we should be fine. Gyro is synchronizing. Gyro is synced. Game. Let me fire. Oh, I unlocked it. Okay, or it can just be stupid. Works for me.
Los! 30 Sekunden bis Torpedoeinschlag. 20 Sekunden. Fehlschuss. Feindliches Schiff getroffen.
Oh,
Feuer an Deck. Schwere Schäden.
that one's having a bad day. This one's one that I already shot too. But I didn't get the shell before the below the water line, so that one will do it though. Oh, that one's looking nice and
Kurs
toasty.
auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Yeah, if he wasn't sinking before, he's sinking now. All of these ships have started moving again. I think this is probably where we're gonna call it, because I think the game needs to be relaunched in order to fix our problems that we're having with the TDC not letting me actually input the data.
Funktelegramm gesendet.
The rest of these guys are very fortunate that I didn't have more deck gun ammo. We are going to continue this patrol. But, that being said, well, first of all, that was a very successful first day. I think I will have made Will severely jealous of my fortune. But, oh, that is beautiful. That is not where I want to be. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But anyways, with that, guys, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Like I said earlier, if you want to see more of this, be sure to like and subscribe. It is completely free to you guys, and it definitely helps out the channel. Especially because I really do want to get back into regular uploads. I'm looking at doing this weekly. We'll see what ultimately happens. As in, it might be more often, depending on how much time I have. Because right now I am working a bit more than what I was back in the day. Yeah, there's actually a Hell Let Loose video that's been sitting in the in my data archives, so to speak. That is actually ready to be uploaded, and I just haven't done it because I wasn't entirely happy with the editing that I did for it. It doesn't really fit with the new layout that I want to do, which is gonna require, the new layout will require more editing time for me, which is why I'm not gonna be getting back into daily uploads yet. But we'll see what ultimately happens. Like I said, guys, hope you all enjoyed, though, and I will see you all next time.
Hey, Connor?
Yeah?
I'll see you at the next objective.
För att du hittade mig och för att området känns lite säkrare nu. Vill inte ens tänka på vad som hade hänt utan dig.